Igniting curiosity across depots, command centers, and beyond, welcome to your weekly Depot AI brief, where emerging AI meets mission-ready insights. Welcome to Episode 4, Strategic Transition to an AI-First Force.
It is great to be back, and honestly, what a pivotal week to be having this conversation. I mean, if you've been watching the headlines, you know the ground has really shifted under our feet this January.
Oh, absolutely. It feels like the whole tone has changed. It's much more urgent now.
It has. So as of this month, January 2026, the Department of Defense is now officially operating as the Department of War, or DOW. And the message from the top is, well, it's loud and clear, we're moving to a wartime footing with technology.
Yeah, I saw that memo on the AI acceleration strategy. The language is pretty intense.
It's designed to be. The goal is to become an AI-first fighting force. But the real nuance here, I think, is that this isn't just about buying new software. It's about stripping away all that bureaucratic sludge that, usually slows us down.
So it's a mindset shift from let's pilot this for 3 years to how do we get this deployed next month?
Exactly, which is a huge cultural shift. We're used to risk aversion, and this is high-speed risk management. It's what a lot of us have been waiting for.
I'm sure. So let's get into it. Today we're breaking down exactly how these AI updates impact our 4 core roles, from the shop floor to the executive suite. And we'll wrap up with key highlights and insights on the commercial tools flashing on our industry radar.
Let's do it.
All right, let's start where the real work happens. The shop floor. We're talking about the artisan or mechanics, the folks turning wrenches and keeping things running.
Right, and for this group, the big theme for 2026 is physical AI. But really, the more important theme is just get me off this computer so I can fix the aircraft.
The eternal struggle, right? The ratio of wrench time to paperwork time has always been a major pain point. So what's actually changing?
The big development is something called Artificial Intelligence-Assisted Maintenance, or AIMM.
Yeah.
And this is an agentic AI platform that's being deployed right now through AI Flow onto Army desktops.
Okay, so this is IL5, NIPR access. It's on the network. Hold on, let's define agentic. That's a word we're hearing constantly now. How is it different from just, a chatbot?
That's a crucial distinction. A chatbot is like a librarian. You ask a question, it finds you the information. An agentic AI is like an executive assistant. It takes action for you.
Okay, so for a mechanic at, say, CCAD, it's not just looking up a fault code.
Exactly. It's a troubleshooting partner. A mechanic can use their voice or just type in a simple fault description, in plain English.
Yeah.
The AI connects that to the technical manual's XML data. But here's the kicker, the agentic part.
Yeah.
It automates filling out the DA form 5988.
No way. Seriously, it fills out the PMCS forms.
It does. It logs the faults, it populates the fields, and it drastically cuts down on the time spent doing that preventive maintenance paperwork.
That is huge. I mean, anyone who's ever worked in a hangar knows the 5988 is the bane of your existence. So instead of hunting for the right code, you just tell the tool what's wrong.
You just tell it. It turns a documentation task into a dictation task, and there's a safety net built in. If the problem is too complex, the system automatically escalates it to a Logistics Assistance Representative, a LAR.
So it's streamlining the entire information flow without the mechanic having to stop what they're doing to track someone down.
It's all about velocity.
Yeah.
But it's not just software. We're also talking about the physical side of this. We're finally seeing mature robotics in the depots, specifically with a company called Gray Matter Robotics.
And this isn't the typical assembly line robot that does the same weld over and over, right? Depots aren't assembly lines.
No, exactly. And that's why this is a big deal for us. Depots are high variability environments. Gray Matter is doing autonomous surface prep sanding, blasting, coating.
The dirty work. The jobs that are just awful to do manually.
The dirty, dangerous, dull stuff. Their tech uses physics-informed AI. So it doesn't need to be programmed for every single part. It adapts in real time. So if you have a canopy or some component with a unique shape, the robot just figures it out.
And that improves the quality, I'd imagine. Better coating adhesion, less corrosion.
Much better. And it frees up that highly skilled artisan to do the complex diagnostics, not just sand a hull for 8 hours.
So for the artisan, the takeaway is clear. AI isn't some abstract thing anymore. It's a tool that fills out your forms and handles the dirty work.
It's practical. Real utility.
Okay. Let's move from the floor to the back office. Let's talk about the analyst. Our data crunchers, logisticians, supply chain managers. How's their world changing?
Well, if the artisan wants to escape paperwork, the analyst wants to escape Excel hell. And the biggest shift for them is it's structural. It's this massive restructuring of Advana.
Advana. Okay, what's happening there?
It's basically being split in two. They're calling it the Advana split. First, you have the new War Data Platform, or WDP. That's the core layer for warfighting and intel data. Speed is the only priority.
And the second part?
The second part is Advana for financial management. That's a totally separate track focused on hitting those FY27 and FY28 clean audit goals.
I see. So you're unchaining the operational data from the financial audit compliance rules?
Precisely. That was the bottleneck. An analyst trying to track fleet readiness shouldn't have to wait on financial compliance just to get the data they need. The WDP can now move at the speed of the fight.
That makes perfect sense. So with this new platform, what tools are they actually using?
The big one right now is Azure Databricks on Azure Government. It's finally available in the IL5 enclave.
Databricks is a heavy hitter. So what does that unlock for, let's say, a logistics analyst?
It brings something called the Unity Catalog for Data Governance, which is like a master index for all your data. No more hunting through dead spreadsheets. And analysts can use SQL for real-time reporting on readiness.
Okay, give me a practical use case. Why should they care?
Predictive logistics. Imagine forecasting the need for long lead time parts based on environmental data. If you know a fleet is going to a sandy environment, the system can predict which filters and seals are going to fail before they do and get them ordered.
And that ties right back to the organic industrial base, the OIB.
It does. There's an initiative called Project ARIR Army, Rapid Implementation of AI. It lets analysts nominate supply chain bottlenecks, and the goal is to build an AI-informed supply chain for the OIB.
From the fort to the fight.
You got it. It's about being anticipatory, not reactive.
I love it. Okay, let's level up. The supervisor, team leads, the people managing rosters, trying to keep everything on track. What's changing for them?
For supervisors, the theme is agentic AI again, but this time from a management perspective. It's about managing agents, not just tasks. The big update is in Microsoft 365 Copilot.
We've had Copilot for a bit. What's new?
Agent mode is rolling out in Word and Excel.
Yeah.
But the real feature for supervisors is visibility. There's a new agents usage report in the M365 Admin Center.
I can hear some people getting nervous about that. Is this just a way to spy on your team?
That's the cynical take, sure. But the real utility is adoption tracking. It helps the supervisor see how the team is using the AI. It helps you identify where more training is needed versus who is really using the tool to become a force multiplier.
So it's more of a diagnostic tool for your team's digital skills.
Right. And in Teams, for GCC High and DoD, we're finally getting slash commands.
Explain that.
You just type a / in the chat, and you can trigger workflows directly. Instead of clicking through menus, you just type schedule or find. It's just faster.
Bringing back the command line. I love it.
Speed is everything. There's also a new compliance feature supervisors need to be aware of. Explicit consent is now required for one-on-one call recordings.
How's that work?
If you hit record, the other person's video and audio are blacked out until they click a button to consent. It's a solid guardrail for privacy.
Good. So the takeaway is supervisors can stop micromanaging documents and start managing the agents that do the work.
That's the goal. Let the agents handle the syntax so you can focus on strategy.
All right, let's go to the top of the house, the executive. Commanders, directors, strategy folks. This Department of War shift must be hitting them the hardest.
It is. The theme is decision dominance.
Yeah.
And the driving force is the new CDAO, Cameron Stanley, and the CTO, Emil Michael. They're pushing this idea of a wartime CDAO.
And what does that mean in practice?
It means policy with teeth. The headline is the 30-day parity rule.
Okay, unpack that. That sounds significant.
It's revolutionary for government IT. Historically, a new AI model comes out, and it takes, 18 months to get it onto a DoD network? But then it's obsolete.
We've all lived that pain. It's like getting last year's tech tomorrow.
Exactly. The new rule is that commercial AI models must be deployed to DoW networks within 30 days of their public release.
30 days? That's an incredible speed.
It is. It forces the whole system to keep up.
Yeah.
And speaking of the system, GenAI.mil is now the one authorized IL5 enterprise platform.
The central hub.
That's it. And Google's Gemini for Government is living now. Also, notably, xAI's Grok is being added.
The Elon Musk partnership. That's interesting.
It is. And the guidance for executives is that these are for CUI-controlled, unclassified information and admin or mission planning, not for top-secret ops.
But the bottleneck is always people, right? You can have all the tech you want, but you need the talent.
Addressed by the Tech Force Initiative, a new OPM hiring surge to get technical talent into the depots. And for the uniform side, we now have the 49B area of concentration.
49 Bravo, a dedicated AI officer career field.
Finally. A way to keep these experts in their field instead of rotating them out. And to make sure they can actually get things done, there's a new barrier removal board. It meets monthly, and it can waive non-statutory requirements that slow down adoption.
So if it's just a policy and not a federal law, they can just waive it.
If it's in the way, yes.
Okay, but moving this fast, waiving rules.
Yeah.
What about safety? Are we not worried about Skynet here?
That's a critical concern. Acceleration without control is a crash. And that's why they've launched the GUARD project. It's a $6.3 million contract to analyze unpredictable behaviors in AI models.
So finding the edge cases, what happens when the AI gets confused?
Exactly. They need to know if it shuts down safely or if it hallucinates an answer. You have to build those guardrails before you deploy.
So it's accelerate, but with a hand on the emergency brake.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, let's shift gears. I want to look over the horizon. It's time for the industry radar.
Okay, and a quick disclaimer here. Remember, the tools we're discussing next are for home lab or industry awareness only. They are not currently authorized for CUI or depot networks.
Loud and clear, keep this on your personal device. So what's the big headline out there?
The biggest news is a historic partnership between Apple and Google. They're powering the new Siri with Google's Gemini 3 model.
Wow, those two giants playing nice together.
It's a huge deal.
Okay.
They're overhauling Siri completely under a code name, Glenwood. The idea is to shift it from a command bot, set a timer, to a proactive agent.
So something actually useful.
Right. The example they use is saying, find the receipt in my email, compare it to my bank statement, and file my reimbursement.
There's that agentic concept again. It's doing the task for you.
Exactly. And the hardware part is really interesting for us. Apple is using something called private cloud compute with custom Voltra chips to handle the privacy.
Why is that relevant for the DoD?
Because mobile security is our biggest challenge. If Apple can figure out secure remote processing for the masses, that's a model the government will be watching very, very closely for our own devices on the tactical edge.
That could change everything for mobile in the field.
It could. And this all ties into the broader agentic era. The whole industry is pivoting from chatbots that answer questions to agents that do tasks. Microsoft is rebranding Copilot as an agentic OS. OpenAI is even rumored to have a hardware project called Sweet Pea.
Sweet pea.
That's the rumor. But the point is, this race toward autonomous agents is happening now. And because of that 30-day parity rule, what's happening in the commercial world is going to show up at the OIB and places like AMCOM faster than ever before.
So the lag time between the commercial sector and us is basically gone.
It's collapsing. That's the new reality.
Incredible. It really feels like 2026 is the year this all gets real.
It's the year theory becomes practice. The department is moving to a wartime footing, splitting data platforms for speed and bringing commercial AI to the desktop within 30 days of release.
We covered a lot of ground today. This was fantastic.
It's an exciting time to be in this space.
Thanks for joining us. Whether you're turning wrenches in the hangars or crunching numbers for the command team, you are the engine that keeps Army aviation ready. Stay safe, stay innovative, and we'll see you on the next Depot AI Brief.